Welcome to the Headless Professor video on how to phrase questions and response formats. This can be used with a variety of variables such as attitudes, mood states, and personality traits. Attitudes are learned habits for responding to social stimuli. Attitudes are specific responses to specific stimuli, not generalized patterns. These generalized patterns are actually components of personality. Personality is a set of characteristic, enduring traits that are unique to an individual. Mood states are temporary emotional conditions that the individual may experience. A main difference between moods, attitudes, and personality traits is how long they last. Moods are intrinsically temporary. Attitudes are changeable because of persuasion or experience. It is the personality traits that are semi-permanent, enduring aspects of the individual's character. One way that these variables can be measured is with a Likert scale. Here a statement is given, and the individual has to express the level of agreement with that statement. Completely agree, mostly agree, don't know, mostly disagree, or completely disagree. Mood can be assessed with Likert scales as well. Here's an example. I feel angry right now. Completely agree, mostly agree, don't know, mostly disagree, or completely disagree. Here's how a personality trait could be assessed with a Likert scale. I am an extrovert. Completely agree, mostly agree, don't know, mostly disagree, completely disagree. Here's how an attitude could be assessed with a Likert scale. Do you agree with Obamacare? Completely agree, mostly agree, don't know, mostly disagree, completely disagree. This is a likelihood scale. A statement is read and the individual responds very likely, somewhat unlikely, or very unlikely. Here's how that could be used to assess a mood. Would this situation make you sad? Very likely, somewhat unlikely, or very unlikely. Here's how it could be used to assess a personality trait. Would your friends consider you an extrovert? Very likely, somewhat unlikely, or very unlikely. This is a frequency scale. How often does something occur? Always, usually, occasionally, rarely, or never. Here's how that frequency scale could be used with mood. How often would this make you angry? Always, usually, occasionally, rarely, or never. This is an intensity scale. Extremely, very, somewhat, slightly, not at all. Here's how the intensity scale could be used with mood. How sad would this make you? Extremely sad, very sad, somewhat sad, slightly sad, or not at all sad. Then we have gradations of yes and no. Definitely, probably, possibly, or no way. This is how gradations could be used with mood. Would this make you sad? Definitely, probably, possibly, no way. Here's how it could be used with a personality trait. Would your friends consider you an extrovert? Definitely, probably, possibly, no way. This is a comparison response format. The individual is asked to compare himself or herself with the average on a specific trait. Here's how it would apply to an example. How extroverted are you? Far above average, slightly above average, about average, slightly below average, or far below average. So, we have seen examples of how to measure personality traits, mood states, or